The only thing more messed up than this Jurassic Park sequel comic we're gonna go over is the prequel comic. That we'll also go over. This video is sponsored by Buy.jp. Sign up for Buy using the link in my description. It's free, it helps the channel, and you get 2,000 yen of free shopping money. Buy is a site you can use to purchase things from Japan. We're talking exclusives, hard to find things, and more. You can use Buy to bid on auctions, to buy from countless online shops. Buy handles language barriers, currency conversions, basically everything. You just shop and buy the things you want. Like I do. I use Buy maybe too much. And again, you get free money just for signing up. If you're a collector, if you're looking for a holy grail, if you're tired of paying markup prices to buy Japanese things, then sign up using the link below. Thank you, Buy, for sponsoring this video. Now on to the dinosaur goodness. In an alternate universe, the sequel to 1993's Jurassic Park is not the Lost World Jurassic Park, oh no! The sequel is a story called Return to Jurassic Park. Let's all watch the lore go off in a wildly different and better direction. Return to Jurassic Park began in April 1995 and it ran for 9 issues. This is not the first top story set after Jurassic Park. That would go to the bizarre Raptor trilogy I had previously covered. In that story, it was revealed Muldoon was alive. And also in this timeline, Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler are madly in love. Let's dive into Return to Jurassic Park, 'cause you ain't seen nothing yet. A dying soldier is retrieved by a boat near Costa Rica and he's babbling about the green light. It's a green flame, not a green light. Green flame. I'm gonna call it green light this whole video. This news gets back to John Hammond, who calls to check in on the military and the team's rebuilding Jurassic Park, cause this Hammond didn't learn shit from the first movie, and he wants that dollar! The general says everything's fine, but Hammond thinks that's bullshit, so he does the old, "Get me Dr. Alan Grant!" Grant's on vacation when he gets the call, and his side of the conversation literally goes, "Oh hi John, we're on vacation." What? Back to Jurassic Park? Never! What? The army are herding dinosaurs? I'm on my way! And just like that, the team is back together, complete with Muldoon, and also this guy Edgar. And they're sneaking into Jurassic Park underwater. Malcolm doesn't get to go to the island though, so he just gets a cameo in this whole thing. And I shit you not, Grant's not on the island for 2 pages before he's chucking rocks at a Stegosaurus. What? The army are herding dinosaurs? No, that's my job! They're suspicious because all the dinosaurs should have been rounded up. Next, they run into a T-Rex, but they do the whole stay still thing, and the Rexy fucks off. The team decides that the army on the island has betrayed Hammond, and they've set the dinosaurs loose to cover up something bigger, and the green light has something to do with it. And then they see it! The Green Lantern Corps arrive! No, it's the Green Flame! The next day, the team has a brush-in with a Triceratops. It's kind of funny, they just keep stumbling on these famous dinosaurs one at a time. They run into 2 poachers from Biosin, Raoul, and Sonia, and for some reason, they're utterly shocked that one is a woman. Muldoon says, "Oh yeah, I saw 2 sets of footprints, and 1 set was light. I knew there was a broad here somewhere, probably not paying for anything." Whoops, they're attacked by pteranodactyls. It is nice seeing other dinosaurs in the comics. The Raptor trilogy was all, well, you know, raptors. I'll tell you right now that the Return to Jurassic Park series has no raptors. They went too far the other direction. If only we didn't have to shoot them! They slaughter every single pterodactylon and resume fighting, and then the army shows up. And the army are basically like, let's kill him, until a Deus Ex dinosaur interrupts and there's a full-blown shootout. Remember Magic? Remember when everyone fell in love with Jurassic Park because it had so much magic? So anyway, Grant's team kills the army soldiers, and nothing brings enemies together like murder, so now the InGen and Biosin groups agree to work together. I'm just showing you the cover to issue 3, because I like it. Rex looks so much better here than in the comic. What's funny is that most of the story so far seems to belong to Muldoon, Edgar. Now the Biosin people are taking up a lot of time too. Grant and Sattler are really relegated to the background as unwilling participants who are way over their heads and don't offer much. Rex attacks, and standing still is for statues. Shoot the damn thing. It picks up Sonia easily because she's very light, and someone shoots it right in the eye. Now nothing on her right side exists anymore. The team continues traveling and chatting until Edgar forcibly grabs Sonia and kisses her. I guess seeing her tossed around by a dinosaur was his kink. Well, Edgar, guess there's more than one predator in the jungle. You're goddamn right there is. The group takes to the river with some rafts, and by now the army is looking for them, but One-Eyed Rex is gonna get him first. It's too stupid to know if it's dead. I love that line because it's literally the opposite of life will find a way. This is the first sequence in the series I'd say felt actually really thrilling. I love that this Rex is stalking them and it's getting personal, and this whole section is fun. This would translate into an exciting movie sequence. Eventually they drive the Rex off, but she'll be back because she's Jaws on land. The group finds the base just as the green light is going again, but they're instantly captured and threatened with death. Well, everyone but Edgar and Sonia, who are out there doing... Oh, sorry to interrupt. I'll check back later, you two. The comic logo changes at issue 4. It's no longer the franchise logo. Alan and friends are tied up, probably thinking, remember when we just dusted off rocks and that was our lives? Edgar comes in dressed like a soldier and saves them, but sorry, Rel's dead. He's dead. He's just died. He's dead. You can leave him. The gang shoot their way out, but Rex is there. She chases Grant and Sattler, the only two there who actually care about her safety. But the cliff it's standing on gives way and she rolls down the hill. You know, I keep saying her, but the comic seems to refer to this Rex as a boy, so I guess this one was born naturally on the island. Edgar goes up to Sonia and insists that while they were in the compound, she saw what the green light was. And then he pushes her over and he holds her upside down, forcing her to tell him what the light is. And when she does, he drops her. Ooh, that Edgar. Playing the long con. They return to Hammond on the sub. Was he just waiting there the whole time? But that wraps up the story, because issue 5 starts a new story, Heirs to the Thunder. God, I hate when comic books write in cursive. This girl Abby and her friend Derek work at Jurassic Park, but Abby is bored and pulls them away. They notice a scientist, Gustavus, taking mysterious, regular trips out into the jungle. Derek asks the scientist about it, but gets yelled at. During the exchange, Abby steals a briefcase from Gus's Jeep. Gus drives off and they open the briefcase to find a dino egg. They take a Jeep to hide the egg in their dorm, but Gus returns like a maniac and rams him off the road. Derek gets tossed, but somehow survives. And like every character in these Jurassic Park comic books, Gus is just this ruthless guy who will murder whoever. He takes his egg and he leaves. Another tropical storm rolls in. Abby and Derek sneak into Gus's secret lair to find all sorts of little dinosaurs, and Gus returns to shoot at Derek, grazing his hand, this poor guy. Gus has been messing around with dino DNA by mutating dinosaurs, and his ultimate goal is to make a super intelligent, alien-like dinosaur race. It's like every Jurassic Park timeline is just destined to become bonkers one way or another. Look at this image of Gus shoving a gun and Derek's head just completely turned wrong. But just before Gus can kill him, there's a mudslide that takes down the shack. But Abby and Derek escape first. Bye, Gus. No, wait, Gus lives! Oh, wait, Gus dies! The two return to the little dinosaurs who are all loose, and are you fucking kidding me? Gus is still alive? What is he, Michael Myers? How is Gus alive? One of the dinosaurs takes a gun, sticks the barrel in his mouth, shoots Gus. A dinosaur in Jurassic Park killed someone with a gun. Can you imagine Grant and Lex sitting there scared and then Rexy pulled out a shotgun? If you're over 21 and there's a bar in your house, go to it, pour a shot, and take that shot because Gus is still alive. The shack goes down another cliff. Abby and Derek run out of it again. This time the shack goes into the water, taking all those little dinosaurs with it, by the way. Then a helicopter arrives to rescue our heroes, and I'm disappointed that the last panel isn't Gus's fist popping out of the water. Alright, so is Return to Jurassic Park some kind of anthology series now? The next story... Oh, it's Abby and Derek again. So they're regulars? Alright. They run into General West, the big bad, so maybe we'll pick up on that green light thread again? The two-spot soldier is photographing dinosaurs, which is a big no-no. Meanwhile, a Triceratops charges at General West and his men. They tranquilize her, and it turns out she charged them because earlier, their Jeep ran over and killed her nest. Ouch. Heartbroken. Abby narcs out the photographers to the General, but they insist they didn't do anything. We're not picking up the green light thread, are we? The camera guy plants their camera with Abby's things to get her kicked off the island. But as they're flying her off, she throws their bag out of the helicopter, so they land to get it. And then Abby just kicks the shit out of them. Gets him in the balls, too. Don't fuck with Abby. You and I are gonna prove I'm innocent, which leads to a cover I really like. A comic like this needs to maintain real good covers like this. So Abby and Derek are on the hunt for that mail sack she threw overboard, and so are the other guys, so the race is on. They're geneticists, and given the completely separate crazy experience they just had, they don't think this whole thing is a little weird? Abby finds the bag, sticks out her ass, and the other two find them. And then your mom shows up, and then Gums over here shows up. Abby brings the bag to the general, but the guys are just like, that's her bag. And she's still gonna get kicked off the island. But the general does bust the two guys, so Abby gets to stay. The final issue of Return to Jurassic Park is a prequel story. Wait, return, but prequel. This is a paradox. But what's very unique about this issue is that it is loaded with artists. It's one story, so the style keeps jumping around as you're reading it, which is kinda cool. The prequel starts on Muldoon because Topps loves Muldoon. He's just kinda walking around, it's a lot of paddock checking and such until suddenly there's a fence failure and the T-Rex escapes. Wait, so the movie was the second time that happened? Either way, I'm relieved this comic is rated PG. Nedry's out there somewhere being bitter while this is happening. Things are going wild. This isn't like a typical movie prequel comic that sets up the movie. No, this story is a whole nother movie. Hammond's coming in so Muldoon gets a jeep speeding around tranquilizing dinosaurs, and this is so close to that crazy Jurassic Park arcade game that it is now my favorite page in the book. Muldoon faces off against the T-Rex and Hammond shows up pissed. Nedry claims that rats are gnawing on the tech cables, and that's what's causing all this. So Hammond goes to Muldoon all like, hell of a day, huh? Muldoon's like, could've been worse. Could've been these guys, dun dun dun. What a bizarre story. Like, if any of that really happened, I think it would come up somewhere in the movie. And that's the end of the series. As I said last time, Topps did do a comic book adaptation of The Lost World, which is in an alternate universe than their sequel stories. One where Malcolm has a mustache. Why did they give him a mustache? I feel like they're trolling me. Me specifically. What do you think of Return to Jurassic Park? What do you think the green light was? All we know is, Hammond lost his island to the military, and that's where things stand.